What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Onel Elliott, and this is the Sony Fx3. This camera is known as being the Sony entry-level camera for the cinema line, but up until this point, it hasn't been super cinematic. Honestly, it's just been an A7S Mark III and a video-centric body. Not so much of a hybrid shooter, but more focused on cinema, but still the A7S III. So, with these new 2.0 firmware, we actually have brand new shooting modes. We're gonna get into that. We have a brand new menu. We're gonna get into that. And we also have Timecode Sync. With all of those things added to this camera, it has officially become the little mirrorless camera that could, and it is now approved by Netflix for their platform as a cinema camera. Now, first thing first, we have to get into shooting modes. All of the shooting modes are log shooting modes, which allows you to be able to have S-Log3 and then put LUTs on top of that. That's super handy for any cinema camera when you're shooting, because now you get to upload your looks and see how those looks would actually look as you're shooting whatever it is you may be shooting. We have three modes, all right? We have the Cine EI mode, we have the Cine EI Quick, which are essentially the same modes, but one is set up to move faster and it's more friendly if you are used to just shooting with that log setup. And then you have the flexible ISO, which really is essentially the way that you've been shooting if you've been a mirrorless shooter, but you can add those LUTs on top of what you've been doing. Me personally, I'm gonna test all three of these modes separately from each other, and there will be videos coming up. So if you want to be here for that, like, subscribe, ring that bell notification so you can get that notification when those videos drop. The next thing we have up is we have Timecode Sync. Now with the Timecode Sync, I believe this is the hero that actually let this be approved by Netflix as a great camera for their platform. This is something that they would prefer you use instead of anything else. But the way that I understand, if you shoot something in 1080p or with a camera that is not approved and say they see it in a film festival and they want it, they will still pick it up. The next thing I want to talk about is the new menus. The new menus are streamlined for cinema operations. They are easier to get to, especially when you're focused on video. They match up more to the actual cinema line. So let's look real quickly at everything that we have offered. We have the Cine EI modes and the flexible ISO. Those are the new LUT modes that we are using, and we can upload those LUTs, your own LUTs, or pre-installed LUTs. You can actually upload your own LUTs to this camera, so that's a plus. Also, we have that new menu system, which allows you to be able to move more freely through the menu system for the camera. Everything that's on those menu systems are pretty much focused for video, so you can move quickly in between the settings that you need to change. And last but not least, we have Timecode Sync In, which allows you to sync this camera up to any other camera that has Timecode Sync, which is essentially the rest of the cinema line. So now you can actually use this as a B cam, C cam, heck, even an A cam, and have multiple and upload all of that footage with Timecode Sync. Now there is an extra adapter that you have to get to do the Timecode Sync, but I mean, it's worth it. The price of entry is worth it. I'm telling you guys, with all these new updates, I am super excited for what's in store for the FX3. I finally have a cinema camera. Legit. And if you guys got any information from this, like, subscribe, ring that bell notification. Tell me what you think about the FX3's new firmware update, that 2.0 joint, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, peace. I love you guys.